last week I did something that all content creators do sometimes when they're starving for content. They go on Reddit. So I went on Reddit and searched fighting games, and predictably, fighting game accessibility came up. The perspective this person was taking that they were mad about was surprising. This is why I want to talk about it. It was surprising because it's not what most people who are newer to fighting games complain about, or don't play a lot of fighting games complain about. He was complaining actually about how Strive doesn't have frame data built into the game, which I remember a lot of people complaining about when this game came out. There are some games that have this built in, by the way, and the reason why I picked Skullgirls is not just frame data. It's not just frame data. It has this, hitboxes. This is the big one. There are very, 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 very few fighting games that show you hitboxes in the game. It's very uncommon for games to show you this, the hitboxes and the frame data. Right? There are other games that I've played that has frame data in the game. Dragon Ball patched it in 1 year later, but this is pretty uncommon. I'm sure there are examples of games that you guys can tell me that like either I just have not played straight up or something like that. But this is the main one that I thought of when I was like, oh, hitboxes and frame data. This game has it, right? Where Guilty Gear does not have it. It made me remember, and I'm gonna link this in the YouTube description, and I'll share it in the Discord if you guys want me to share it in the Discord. Back in the day, people came at Harada for this, and it could be its own article, basically. It's a pretty long discussion he has about why he doesn't put this info in the game. I think today you can pay for frame data, correct me if I'm wrong, but at that time it was not in the game. The main points he makes, right? He could show everything like Skullgirls, and Skullgirls, it really like they do a lot of extra shit so that you could see what's going on, right? So he could show everything easily, but there are reasons why he doesn't want to do it from like a dev perspective. The number one thing that he said was it shortens the discovery period, which I found pretty interesting because I personally feel like when you have this information, you'll discover things that you would not otherwise discover. So the fact that he feels like the discovery period is shorter, I found really interesting. The classic example is always going to be, in my opinion, Dragon Ball FighterZ Season 2, the snap loop, instant overhead into snap mix-up loop. There is no way people find that without the frame data. It only works because people had the numbers to find that. And the reason why I extra think that is because technically it's also in Season 1. Season 1 and Season 2 work the same. So it took almost 2 years for people to find that. I feel like the only reason it was found was because frame data gets put in the game. I don't think the game gets straight up solved. I think it opens up even more strategies, personally. But I can understand his opinion too. Low key, I think it's a little bit about money because he's also thinking about arcade setting too. So like people are paying money, like $1, 50 cents, 75 cents to play each game. So I think that's probably also a factor that he's thinking about. So he also lists a couple of examples of his opinion of like what type of discussions happen only when players don't have frame data and don't have hitboxes, right? So he uses Heihachi. Did I say that right? Heihachi as example, right? Apparently in the version at that time, so he's talking about Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. If you look at his frame data, you might think he's not good. I don't know. I don't know shit about 3D. I am a weeb. I only think in 2 dimensions. So I don't know shit. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. Don't come at me. I have no takes on Tekken characters. Just letting you know. Talk shit to me about Potemkin. Don't talk shit to me about fucking Heihachi, okay? I don't know shit about this character. What he says, again, is if you have the frame data, you might think he's bad. Not me, Harada. But because of the way they animate him, a lot of his moves apparently have like heavy impacts, like a big body character. You might feel like they're not punishable, even though they might be. Yeah, this move is like double digit minus on block and on hit. But most people, because they don't like check his data, they don't treat it like that because it's like this big long move. It's attack level 4. They respect it like it's like safe or plus whatever. It's safe mostly because of distance, like when you use it at the right range it's safe, but this move is certainly not safe and it's definitely not plus. It's not even close to even. And you have the other perspective too. Melia Small, this move is fucking plus. This move is +3, but it doesn't look like it's plus. This move is literally plus. He has a move that's plus that he can do. There's counterplay, of course, by character. Some characters deal with this move very well. Other characters struggle with dealing with it. But it's plus. And most people challenge after that because it doesn't feel like it's plus. It's kind of interesting. So devs know they could do it, and some of them just choose not to do it. So again, Dragon Ball is a really, really famous one because they didn't have it for a year. People complained about it a lot. I think the game changed a lot when they added it. And it introduced new strategies that probably would not have been found for a significant amount for even longer if it wasn't for the frame data. So this game is on PC, and people have gotten the hitboxes, and Harada actually does mention, by the way, like the highest level hardcore players will dig this info up anyway, but not everybody is going to do that because it takes extra steps that are outside the game, right? First, you have to know about Dust Loop, go to the wiki, go to the character, look at the hitbox, look at the numbers, understand what those numbers mean, and then be able to contextualize it. Not easy. You want to know what people used to do? One was, especially once video got a little bit better, you would just record and do it yourself. And you would use something in the game of like either FD, jump, something like that, right? Two would be this buddy right here. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. It's the Blaze Blue Player's Guide. This is not a Prima guide, bro. This is not a Prima guide. It's not that bullshit with a bunch of mistakes. This shit right here, baby. This shit, not only it shows you the moves, doesn't show you hitboxes stuff, shows you the moves, kind of hard to see. But most importantly, but in the back, it has a whole sections in the back of like data on the game. I'm doing this terribly, by the way. All sorts of individual data like life totals, different values, air dash speeds, jump speeds, and of course, what everyone wants, frame data. So this is what you had to do. How much did I buy this for? 1,500 yen. So basically like 15 bucks. Right? But you have to remember this is the Melty Blood one, by the way. This is the Melty Blood PS2. Oh shit, I'm so bad at this. Melty Blood PS2. This is a big boy. This one's a big boy. 25 bucks for this. As far as these older games, I mean, what could you do? The games only came out on console and arcade. A modern day fighting game's bad training mode is amazing for that time. Now, I wanna end this with a couple examples of not fighting games doing this thing, like not showing you everything about the game. And the first example I got from this thread, right? The Reddit thread. Does anyone know what this is? Dota, yes. This is an example I found in that same Reddit thread. Someone complained about the Dota 2 secret shop, which apparently, I don't play this game, but shout out to Beast Coast, Peru, woo! Vamos Beast Coast, right? Apparently, if you don't know where this is, like if I played Dota today, I would not find this guy. I would not find this secret shop guy. Like you just have to know where it is. If you don't know where it is, fuck you. And the game doesn't tell you, apparently. That was an example from the Reddit thread. Secret shop has been in the same spot for 20 years, bro. Guess who has not played the game for 20 seconds? Come at that guy, don't come at me. Can we really trust Reddit? Just in case Reddit is capped. Put on your 360p glasses, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, right? A lot of Metroidvania games, as they call them, they don't tell you that there's a whole other game in the game, right? So I played this game, and if you don't play the game right, there's a boss in a manor, and you beat him, and you get sad, and the game just ends, and that's it. If you don't do certain things in the game that the game doesn't tell you to do, you kind of just have to do them, then you will not get access to a gigantic fucking Dracula's castle. You just won't find it. If you play one of these games and you do it to completion, like I played Symphony in the Night, so when I did that in this game, I was like, there's more. I'm pretty sure there's more. So I dug a little bit and I figured it out. But when you play your first one, you don't know. You just don't know that there's a whole extra game in the game. Like, seriously. Like Dracula's Castle is fucking huge. It's really big. This game is fun as fuck. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. But yeah, it's not just fighting games, right? Even though I do think it is a really good and interesting discussion to have on both sides. It's not just fighting games. There are other games that do this thing. They purposely hide stuff from players. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions, especially if you made this far. Definitely like and subscribe. Not if you feel like it, just please do it. I need subs, please.